Hi, it's Tony5 and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Legacy version on Xbox. Now, I play an open on Elite Dangerous on the Legacy version on Xbox. I always have, and I've always accepted the certain amount of risk that comes with playing an open. Goodwood here is actually getting messed up by TOC. He had this crazy idea of fighting TOC pirating with him, and he hasn't quite learned that TOC are a kill anyone anywhere for any reason type of squadron, not really a pirate squadron. They actually started out as a pirate squadron long ago, but got fed up with all the people combat logging on them, so they turned into a kill anyone anywhere for any reason type of group. Now I rushed over to try and save Goodwood, but by the time I arrived it was too late. I'd brought my ramming ship because I assumed that Pugnut would be in his incredibly damaging Crate Mark II, the one that's got like 5 plasmax of doom that absolutely wrecks me. And my Ramba has actually beaten that in the past, though it's also lost to it in the past. They were 2 epically fun fights that I had, and we won the one. I didn't want to go for the third fight because I feared I'd lose, because Pug had actually got used to the fact that this ship's a one-trick pony ramming machine. But ramming through a minefield, never an advisable strategy. I will put that out there. It's never sensible to ram through a minefield, though it is fun to try and ram through a minefield. I've always found this to be a fun strategy, not a sensible one. And I did say in a video recently that I had a successful clip of me ramming through a minefield, and that's this clip. Though success wasn't that successful. I was supposed to try and save my wingmate Goodwood, but I didn't manage to save him. He did die. But that's the thing, when you play an open, you accept those risks. You are sometimes going to die, and other players are sometimes going to kill you. And as we know, the only thing you can really do that's cheating in Elite Dangerous is combat logging. Now, a lot of people do this and claim that, there's nothing wrong with it, but the developers have said it's an unintended exploit, ungracefully exiting through the dashboard is wrong. It's against terms of service. It is an exploit. They've explained this many times. My personal pet peeve is always when someone does it in Power Play, because if you're in Power Play in open, you're in open, so you're consenting to interact with other players. You're also in Power Play, which means you're consenting to PvP against people from rival Power Play factions. So if you're combat logging and you're in Power Play, it's like doubly bad to me. Here's Sandy Samako explaining that Power Play is all about consensual PvP.
Is that it has,
So was the first thing, and now you're telling us that the last
No,
thing.
there was 2 things there.
Oh, were there?
It's player authored,
Right.
and it's galactic-wide content, dynamic changing content. But importantly, most important of all, it allows consensual PvP. It allows consensual PvP. Okay, so that at its core of it, it's
Huge thanks to Devo for that clip. I always steal Devo's edited version of it. Now, this was hilarious. So, Pug had killed Goodwood. I managed to get some revenge. I think the other member of TOC that I don't really know that well, that was with Pug, doesn't know not to ram me. That opening clip was a fight I had with him when he turned back up in an FDL, and pretty much got wiped out by a couple of rams. I was in my Ramba. As you can see, I managed to kill Pug just as I lost my shields, and luckily for me the rest of the mines went away, and I was like, I might as well stick with the ramming strategy. I still have a reasonable amount of armor on this, but frags are still so brutal, and like I say, I don't think this gentleman's met me before, so I don't think he was aware of the don't ram oddball advice that people give. It's never a bold strategy to ram me, much as it's never a sensible strategy to ram through a minefield. I just happened to get away with it this time. But yeah, I expected Pug to be in his really damaging ship. But yeah, he came back to his FDL, that newer guy from TOC, and we had a fun one that we won. I was actually in my plasma ramming, I was in my pirate, not the Phantom for that one, which has got pretty damaging plasmax on it, and as you can see, no primo was used. I actually remember to do a primo check on this fight, don't know why, but yeah, it was the brutal ram that did it, not anything else. So we're going to take a pause to take a quick look at what you guys sponsor. With your guys' views, you help out Big Red Rooster Cockerel Rescue, helping out cocks of all sizes, all shapes, And for the love of the cock, keep watching so we can raise money for this lovely little animal rescue and save birds, my little co-pilot here. Now the reason I'm showing all these clips of Goodwood dying is he died 7 times on this evening. But the irony is, the guy who died 7 times was the guy that somebody logged on. You know, and it shows you, some people take it in their stride, enjoy the game for what it is. Dying in Elite Dangerous is very little bother. I die in this clip. I jumped in to try and save Goodwood in a ridiculous Mamba, my lightweight pirate build, which goes 642 meters per second but has absolutely no shield strength. My idea was just to stay on the edge of the fight, but I unfortunately rammed him at some point and it completely wrecked my ship. I could have run away, but I still stayed in there trying to fight. Anyway, well, you can see what happened to me very, very quickly.
A few inches later.
At least I still had my shield generator. Admittedly, I didn't have any shields, but my generator was recharging at this point. So I managed to avoid the mines by using my lats and swerving out further away from the mine-laying person. Yeah, that's what you do when you're up against the mine layer, but unfortunately an accidental ram left me with no shields. And no hull, because this thing's like a crisp packet with engines. But it is fun. But we're getting to the logging clip now, and as you can see, the gentleman involved is fully fit and healthy in a Corvette, pledged to Power Play to Torval. Not a Power Play faction, you see that often. And yeah, decides to combat log because he said he couldn't be bothered to deal with somebody who's just trolling. Yeah, if you're gonna do Power Play in open, I would recommend like learning what Power Play is before saying that somebody from a rival Power Play faction who's attacking you as a troll or a ganker or whatever, because you're literally inviting this by choosing to be in Power Play. And I don't think you're in Power Play for the module, considering her module's rubbish. So yeah, if you're going to do Power Play, maybe learn why you're doing Power Play, and stop complaining about everyone being a ganker, and don't cheat. And that's not me saying it, that's the game developers rules. Anyway, that's all. Thank you very much for watching.